Okay, let's give them a warm round of applause. This is well-deserved, so raise your hand if for an entire year you have not been able to speak with them. Okay, good evening. My name is Dr. Renee McLeod-Sorgen. I'm the Dean of the Hofstra Northwell School of Nursing and Physician Assistant Studies, and it is my pleasure to welcome you to our 9th White Coat Ceremony. We are so lucky today to have our esteemed provost with us, Dr. Charlie Reardon. And our school is lucky to have the support of our president, Dr. Susan Poser, and our CEO of Northwell Health, Michael Dowling. This White Coat Ceremony tonight is for our students celebrating the Doctorate of Nursing Practice in Adult-Gerontology, Acute Care Nurse Practitioners, Family Nurse Practitioners, Psychiatric-Mental Health Nurse Practitioners. Now say that a few times twice and you know why they have me here as a dean, right? So let's give them an applause. You may be wondering what our White Coat Ceremony is. The tradition of the White Coat Ceremony follows the completion of the first year of the nursing sciences, which is why you haven't seen them much. They're going to smile as I mention two things: trust in process that I told you a year ago, and pearls. Give a round of applause for pearls, because I know you love them. The White Coat Ceremony is a symbolic and significant moment in your academic career. The ceremony really initiates your transition to the role of the nurse practitioner prior to beginning your advanced clinical courses. This is a role that many of my colleagues here in the faculty take seriously, and I'm so proud of you that you have imparted into this accountability and care for your patients. Accepting that, this white coat creates a psychological, intellectual, and ethical contract between you and the profession and your future patients. It promotes empathy as you make your role into creating a safe space, a wonderful health environment for the most vulnerable and underserved in our community. We thank the American Association of Colleges of Nursing and the Arnold P. Gold Foundation for their vision, leadership, and their support of this most important tradition. In light of that, it is my pleasure to introduce a friend, a colleague, a pioneer in the nursing profession, Dr. Elizabeth Cohn. Dr. Elizabeth Cohn is Vice President of Health Equity Research in the Institute of the Health System Science at the Feinstein Institutes of Medical Research and the Iris and Saul Katz Chair of Women's Health Research. As a distinguished nurse leader and renowned translational nurse scientist with more than 25 years' experience at the North Shore University Hospital, she specializes in health equity, precision medicine, and community-engaged research. As a clinical specialist in cardiovascular disease, Dr. Cohn has pioneered research methods and models for bringing women's health to the forefront of science. Her work has earned numerous honors, including recognition as a White House Champion of Change in Precision Medicine and Health Equity under President Obama's administration. She spent 2 years collaborating and advising in the White House Office of Science, Technology, and Policy, ensuring that federal research programs developed equitable research specifically inclusive of women and minorities. She's the principal investigator of the Interdisciplinary Guided Network for Investigation into Translational and Equity for the All of Us research program funded by the National Institute of Health. Ignite aims to empower clinicians, community organizations, and community sciences to use data to improve health. She's the current awardee of the 2023 City University of New York Outstanding Citizenship Award and the 2024 Blue Cross Blue Shield Anthem Health Cranes Whole Health Hero Award, both in recognition of her work in advancing women's health research, which includes novel partnerships with the New York Stock Exchange and Empire State Development. Who says nurses can't rule the world? Please join me in welcoming Dr. Elizabeth Cohn.
Hey, Kristen. Thank you, Sue. Thank you for having me. Thank you, Dean McLeod-Surgen and Hofstra University, for this opportunity to share time with you on the occasion of this white coat ceremony. Thank you for allowing me to reflect on my career, and congratulations on yours. Receiving the white coat is the start of a new chapter. For me, what I thought was the end of a grueling PhD program was only the beginning, and what I had learned was a set of tools, but not yet how to use them. That came later, and because I've been very fortunate in my career and my life, I was able to continue to learn for a decade to come. I went into research because I wanted to help larger and larger concentric circles of patients, families, and communities. I wanted to make the United States and potentially the world a healthier place, and I've had the good fortune of working with some world-renowned researchers at Columbia and some world-renowned leaders like President Obama. Earlier this month, I was part of a team of people that threw the opening pitch at the Mets game after being recognized as a Blue Cross Blue Shield Anthem Whole Health winner. There were 12 of us all together, making a difference in our communities that inspired us all. And I want to say that if the research thing doesn't work out for me, I don't think pitching is in my future. Although they won that game after a wide losing streak. So, I don't know. We'll see. From the White House to the dugout, I'm delighted to share what I have learned as you head into this new chapter. I think a lot of people have a 5-year plan and a 10-year plan and a decade plan, and I guess I want to just say I have more of a today plan. Today, I'm going to give this day all that I have. As an ED nurse most of my career, followed only by cardiomyopathy and heart transplant, I know for sure that what I have is today. And today I can be grateful, today I can be proud, today I can give 110% to what I am doing and who I am doing it with, and today I can work my hardest to give back. Today I can be curious about what opportunities life may have to offer me, and today I can help lift the burden of others and have others lift mine. You can sit down, you don't have to stand in the aisle, you can just come down and take a seat. We'd love to have you. That was my 2-year, my 5-year, and now my 3-decade-long plan for success. For me, it worked. There's a runner saying that you don't run 100 miles. You run 1 mile 100 times. You do the best you can with each run. So some advice on how to do that for each day. Firstly, you can be more present. More difficult today than ever, being fully present is a gift you can give yourself and those who are with you. And now I want to talk a little bit more about what research can teach us. Not just about best practice and good care. The job of researchers is to actually shift your perspective, to advance the science. It's a big job. It's thrilling to be part of a team that's thinking and doing that innovation, and each of you should be part of that equation. So I want to start with one lesson from author and scientist Catherine Schultz. She wrote a book called Being Wrong, and Catherine Schultz asks, what is it like to be wrong? What does it feel like to be wrong? And people overwhelmingly say like embarrassed or caught off guard or misunderstood. They say all these things. And she says, no, being wrong feels like is being right. It feels like being right, because right before you, all of those emotions are what you feel like when you discover that you are wrong. But what being wrong feels like is being right, and the more righter you feel, the more likely you are of being very, very, very wrong, because you start to ignore signposts and red flags and other people telling you their opinion. So the first thing that I check myself for is when I start to insist that I'm right, I ask people, tell me more about why you have that opinion, why you think you're right and I'm incorrect, because I know that can be an area of vulnerability. So that's the first thing. That has helped shift my personal perspective. I will also say that we have a saying, we've had it in the ER for years, that when you feel like you have to speed up and speed up and speed up, what you actually need to do is slow down. Those are all things that put you at risk. The second thing is to ask yourself, what is actually happening here? People are talking, the situation is unfolding, a family is not behaving the way that you should, a patient is sick without understanding why, none of the tests or things that you thought would work. To take a step back and say, what is actually happening here right now, not on the surface, but below the surface? Is somebody in denial, conflicted, scared, threatened? And because of the work that I focus on, I'll add to that implicit or explicitly racist, sexist. Like, what's underlying some of this behavior, or what's underlying some of this condition? That stopping to deconstruct or diagnose some of those situations has helped me navigate and see things differently. And this is especially true when things are going around in a circle. We may have the wrong root cause. There's a researcher at Duke, Dan O'Reilly, who has a theory on how people change their minds, how we get people to see things in a new way. You can't present more data, more facts, more louder opinion. None of that works. What you have to do is have them challenge their own confidence in the situation. And this is how he designed the experiment. He asked people what they knew about flush toilets, and then asked them to rate their knowledge. So people in general felt that they knew a lot about flush toilets, and he asked them to rate their knowledge on flush toilets between 1 and 7, and many people rated their knowledge of flush toilets pretty high, as probably many of you do here. Then he gave them a deconstructed flush toilet, like in a box, just the parts of the flush toilet, and said, can you build a flush toilet? Can you construct it from these parts? And of course, some people could, but most people couldn't. So from this, he drew the idea that we can't present more facts or more challenges to an opinion that people already have. But what we need to do is help them establish their level of confidence in that opinion. And that helped me understand ways that I could approach situations when we were at odds with each other, how to critically examine a situation and have people critically examine their own. The third secret power is letting people speak. So rare and unusual is this skill, and especially when you pair it with respecting a comfortable silence. I would say much of my success as a nurse and a researcher has been the ability to sit in silence with people, to let people say the whole thing, and then wait and let them say the rest of it, and then when they have nothing else to say, you'll know, and to really allow that time. Again, the hardest thing to do now in practice today is be willing to sit in that silence and with those thoughts. I also know that the world has two different types of people that process things by saying them out loud. So sometimes the person isn't telling me something, I'm watching them think through the problem and hearing how they're doing it. Or alternatively, if they're not saying anything, it doesn't mean they don't understand. It means they may be just processing that in their head. Lastly, I'll talk about the unforgettable and unbelievable power of asking and giving help. So my first night as an NP was nearly 30 years ago, and my life and the lives of the people I was caring for was transformed by Dr. Mary Lemp, who's on this stage. Some of you may have the privilege of knowing her still. Asking for help and being helped is one of the most powerful gifts you can give yourself and one of the most unforgettable gifts you can give others. It is now and it always will be the gift our profession gives to you. We are all here to help. All of us will need help, so cherish it, ask for help, and be the help. 30 years later, I remember it like it was today, and my immense respect and love for Mary remains. In closing, I want to quote the immortal words of Snoop Dogg when he received his Hollywood star. I want to thank me for believing in me. I want to thank me for doing all this hard work. I want to thank me for having no days off. I want to thank me for never quitting. I want to thank me for always being a giver and always trying to give more than I receive. I want to thank me for trying to do more right than wrong. I want to thank me for just being me at all times. So on this day, thank yourself, thank your family. We appreciate those that you serve, and we appreciate those you serve with. Wishing you a great start to your clinical rotations.
I want to thank Dr. Cohen. Thank you, Dr. Cohen. I'm now pleased to introduce Dr. Lemp, who we've talked a lot about, chair the nursing programs to the podium to call up the students. I'd also like to introduce Dr. Stephanie Keating, our assistant chair and acute care director, to cloak the students, along with Dr. Patricia Jansen. And that just rings so true, because Dr. Jansen, we are so proud of you to also cloak the students. And Dr. Amy Smith. And Dr. Amy Smith.
About here. Oh, that's her stuff like that.
We love her too. The first, our first candidate for White Coat is Alexia Adler. Maliha Ali.
Where?
Mir Ali.
Ina. Warrior. Adult.
Florence Bacareza.
Amen.
Skylar Blackwood. Amanda Braun.
Estewana. Wait.
Peter Castellano.
Let's do it. Yeah, let's do it. Let's see it. Got it.
Taylor Castillo. Mahalia Cater.
Cry.
Jessica Corrado.
Good community.
Allison D. Gregorio. Suzanne Dunner.
Let's see. To your birthday. The birthdays.
Lauren Estelle.
The
Donna Freed. Daniela Goncalves. Victoria Gong.
and Brooks, right?
Shanice Gross.
Side there. Three.
Vasia Halikos.
And
Rebecca Hernandez.
just say and baby. And timing, right? Is it July?
Tyween Janite and baby.
Comes now. Touches out. Thank you.
Patricia Kadlubowski.
Mishanda. How?
Lashonda Khan. Catherine King. Daniela Leone. Chen Lin. Kimberly Marquardt.
Right? Help. Speed.
Rennie Matthew.
Good. Yeah. Down. Let. Moment is breath. Yeah.
Barry Mohan.
On your not to break. That.
Danielle Monteverdi. Erin Moore.
The option. And then fear. 4-9 higher. No, dear.
Lakshmi Nair.
Bang. Perhaps that's 8 to 1, 2. Yeah. Oh my God. Very natural.
You see you have it. Phonetics too. Thank you.
I tried. I've been burned.
Michal Neufeld.
And I mean,
Carolyn Nolan.
Shulaka on using the effect kids.
Chiamaka Onu Zuliki. Luz Peralta.
Did a couple of things to then come on. Listen, you come on, get thank you.
Tiffany Pramal. Escarleth Ponce Fuentes.
And in doesn't see.
Wendy Q.
It's not in the toilet.
Jennifer Quintero.
Yeah.
Daniel Romanelli.
We put this in for. Is it for up? Yes.
Giuseppe Saggio.
Saint-Bill.
Edwin Sainville. Lena Salazar. Kathleen Scanlon.
Julius
Julia Steiner. Anjali Suklal. Katerina Tenzer. Sophia Ui Chua. Claudia Valle Mendoza.
That's good. That's good. Glory.
Lori Vaskovich. Kelly Ward. And Samantha Wist.
Thank you, Dr. Lemp, and thank you to the most extraordinary program directors that any dean could want. Once again, another hand for Dr. Patricia Jansen, Program Director for our Psychiatric-Mental Health Program. Dr. Amy Smith, Program Director for our Acute Care Nurse Practitioner Program. Dr. Keating, Program Director for our Acute Care Program. And last but not least, Dr. James Earl, who in probably another 2 weeks you guys are all going to fear, Program Director of the doctoral component of the DNP. And for once, I'm going to ask the audience to do something. I want you to all stand. This is a momentous time in our school's history. You have supported for a year, and I know for many more years before that, these future doctors of nursing practice. This is our first class that is all future doctors of nursing practice. So I want you to stand to them, because in 2 more years, you're going to be calling them doctor. So give them a round of applause. We thank you so much for that, and you can have a seat. I want to thank you for more than that. The students remember that a year ago we went on orientation, and what did I tell you to do? Divorce your family. I said this was going to be a really, really hard year, as you were going to have Dr. Kareem Nagdullah. You were going to learn things that you never imagined learning. And every Thursday night when I would be leaving my office, I would see you saying, Dr. McLeod, we're never going to make it through. And what did I tell you? You'll be here. We're going to put those white coats on. I also told you something else. I also told you this is New York State, not Texas, and that there were going to be no weddings with your partners, no moving in, no marriages, and most of all, no babies. I see 2 of you didn't listen. But I have to tell you, those babies will be born, and they will be very, very intellectual. And you will not miss a day of clinical. And you will make Dr. Elizabeth Cohn very proud, as you will translate at the bedside and ignite as she has ignited. And so with that, I ask you to stand and face your loved ones that got you through this year. And I want you to look at your other faculty who are going to get you through the next 2 years and thank them, and then have your seats. You are a very, very special cohort of registered nurses. You can have your seat. You not only have tirelessly worked taking care of patients, taking care of your friends, your families, and each other, but you're about to embark on the next 2 years where you will be extraordinary. And I cannot wait to see your progress as you take care of the future, because many of us are aging. And in the words of Dr. Callahan, we want to be taken care of very well. So you are going to be the trailblazers, forever known as our first cohort of 100% of doctors of nursing practice. I cannot wait. It is just a wow moment. So what I'd like to do right now is bring up Dr. Kareem Nagdullah. On the back of your programs, you have something very special. You have an oath. And Dr. Nagdullah is going to lead you in that oath.
That was Ms. Scarlett.
Exactly. Huh.
Okay, repeat after me. I promise to face challenges and obstacles with courage and strength. Compassion and excellence, and always remember that on the other side of my important work is a human. Someone who loves and is loved. I will remain humble, remembering my strengths and the strengths of all disciplines, while embracing the values of leadership, scholarship, collaboration, and humanism. I will continue to challenge existing norms to achieve high quality, value-based healthcare outcomes while increasing access to care. I commit to lifelong learning and providing dignity, fostering care. By integrating the innovations of nursing science with the art of healing. I will foster scholarship and a culture of excellence, discovery, integration, application, and education, linking scientific discovery to advance global health. I will remain committed to the path of excellence, innovation, discovery, and inquiry, and to developing advanced practice nurses and communities of practice. I will respect diversity and have the courage to lead and positively influence future societal norms.
Thank you. I want Dr. Nagdullah to stay here, and I'd like to welcome a student that he recommended, Skylar Blackwood. Please come up. I told you that this was a very special night, our 9th white coat ceremony. That oath that you just heard Dr. Nagdullah read was something that his class created as the inaugural class. And Dr. Nagdullah was in our inaugural Doctorate of Nursing practice. And so this is a very special moment as we pass the torch from what was a Master's of Program to what is a doctoral program. And I am so excited that the future looks like this. Can you give them both a round of applause? Now, in 2 years, Dr. Blackwood, you will take this torch from Dr. Nagdullah, and you will lead your classmates in reading that oath as you become doctors.
Okay.
Thank you both.
Thank you.
It has been indeed a special night, but this night cannot get any better unless we do one last thing. So Dr. Patricia Jansen, would you come forward? And Dr. Stephanie Kading. We have a very special thing as our first class and our current class and our program directors that have worked with one very special woman. And Dr. Elizabeth Cohn said it best. There is somebody who has been the trailblazer and the forerunner of nursing education through the residencies and has been our chair for this past year. And it is their honor to present you with something very special. So I'm going to step back.
This man. What do you think? Congratulations, Mary. Thank you for all that you've done for this ball. Last year, your assistance, your guidance, your knowledge, your expertise has been invaluable. Thank you.
I don't like to make speeches, and I don't think anybody wants to hear me make one, other than to say what a privilege it's been to be here for the 7 years that I've been here, and that I'm starting a new journey because I'm retiring. But hopefully I will stay in contact and come back and maybe not be such a big part of your lives, but be a small part of your lives in terms of still coming back and teaching some of the classes, etc., and being part of the doctoral process and still advising some groups, etc. I have to say that, so I've known Dr. McLeod and Dr. Cohn for most of my career. And for Dr. Cohn and I, we go back a very, very long way. And was really so shocked to even hear her mention me in the context of her speech, etc., because I've forgotten about all of those things, right? They've been such a long time ago in my journey and my career. So this is all about you and all about the journey that you're starting. And I'm going to tell you that it is a wonderful, wonderful journey. You will never regret doing this. The best thing I ever did was become a nurse practitioner. Enjoy.
This has been such a wonderful night. Thank you so much for all of the support that you've given our future doctors of nursing practice. They have 2 more years to go. So just think about it as an annulment. You can get remarried in 2 more years, okay? I'm going to now ask you to please, for the family and friends and partners, to please stay in your seats. Will our future doctors rise with your white coats? And we will allow you to leave, and we're going to take some special pictures of you. Let's give them a big round of applause.